Everyone, this is Franco here from PlayerEssence.com, and I have a discussion video for you guys. So today we're going to be talking about the Wii U and how it's a great console, but it might have been the wrong controller for the type of games that it has. So some of my favorite games on the Wii U don't even use the Wii U Gamepad effectively at all, or really all it can be used for is off TV play or something like that. And I really never use off TV play too much just because I want to see the games running in beautiful HD on my 47-inch Samsung LED TV. So I'm going to go over some of the games and I'm going to talk about how it is such a great system, but the gamepad seems to be underutilized. And I actually think the Wii U Pro Controller is such an awesome controller because I use it for most of these games that I have here in my hand. So the first one I'm going to go over is the wonderful 101. So I did use the gamepad for this game, but at the same time, on my second playthrough, I actually used the Pro Controller, and I actually like the Pro Controller a little bit more. I was able to pull off the Unite attacks no problem with the right analog stick, and it worked really well and it flowed. Holding the controller as far as the gamepad with one hand to use my finger to draw just kind of got tiresome a little bit. It wasn't too bad, but using the Pro Controller for this game, in my opinion, was actually more enjoyable the second run than using the Wii U Gamepad. It does use the gamepad great, it's not bad gamepad integration, but still the Pro Controller is still very good for this game. The next game that I want to talk about is Wind Waker HD, and this is actually the only game out of this whole lot that I have here as far as my favorite Wii U games to where I actually had to use the Wii U Gamepad, because if you don't use the Wii U Gamepad in this game, you're going to be pausing so much to look at your map. It's not even worth it. It's just easier to have the map right out there. So this is the one game where I truly feel that the Wii U Gamepad was utilized to its best ability. And I hoped that Nintendo would make more open world games and more games like this one, but not necessarily the case. It didn't really end up working out like that. But the next game I want to talk about, Mario Kart 8. Pro Controller. I think the Pro Controller works great. It lasts longer. You play Mario Kart for really long periods of time if you're online and you're competing in tournaments and stuff like that. And the Pro Controller is so good for just handling the game and reaching all the buttons and everything. Now, the gamepad can be used just fine. There is some like a mini map or rear view or something that you can use on there, but in my opinion, the Pro Controller is definitely the best option for Mario Kart, especially if you're an old school fan of like the GameCube and all that. The Pro Controller works just great. Another game, Super Mario 3D World. Once again, really the gamepad usage in this game is really limited. It's like tapping on stuff to reveal things. Like, it's just so stupid for the most part. There's some like blowing mechanic where you go and blow on the gamepad. That's just ridiculously gimmicky. I mean, and I really did not like the gamepad usage in this game at all. I rarely played the game off TV because I really wanted to see it on my big HD TV. So this game actually works like a dream with the Wii U Pro Controller, so I actually loved playing with the Pro Controller, and I think it works really well, especially for this old school 3D platformer. Works great for it. The next game that I want to talk about is Bayonetta 2, and Bayonetta 2 I think is a must with the Wii U Pro Controller, especially because the game is so fast paced and it's so actiony. You kind of don't want to hold on to this big controller. You kind of want to have something where you can access all the buttons very quickly and you can get to everything. So in my opinion, the Wii U Pro Controller is by far the best option for Bayonetta 2, and this also comes with Bayonetta 1 on here. So both of them, just because you need to have those quick reflexes in the Wii U Gamepad. Really, it's real big and there's no need for the screen in the middle. It doesn't really use it at all unless you're using for off TV play. Alright, next game, Hyrule Warriors. This game, the Pro Controller, once again, it's a Musou game. You're going to be sitting there slashing away for hours and hours and hours on end. There's so much content in this game. You're going to need that 80-hour charge because that's just going to get you through just some of the game's content. I have all the DLC and I still need to get into that. I haven't even barely started it at all. I'm still on like the first adventure map. There's so much stuff in this game, and the Wii U Pro Controller is probably the best option just because you don't want to be charging it or having your controller plugged in every 3 hours or so, or however long you're playing it. I mean, your sessions might not last that long, but this game can really suck you in, and just not having to worry about plugging your controller in and having that wireless, especially how your room is set up or anything like that, is really a help. So Wii U Pro Controller, once again, great for this game. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. Now, this game, the gamepad isn't even on when you play it. Like, if you're using the gamepad in this game, it's not even on. They said, we don't even need the power for that. So yeah, once again, unless you want to do off TV play, but for me with Donkey Kong, I don't want things to be real small because that game is really hard. I want to be able to see everything very clearly just because the jumps in this game are ridiculously hard. So once again, this is a game that, hey, if I can't use my TV at some certain time, I'm just going to wait till I can so I can play it. I played through this game twice, used the Pro Controller both times. I absolutely loved it with the Pro Controller, and I think the Pro Controller is the best option for this game. And last but definitely not least is Super Smash Bros. And this game is actually not the Pro Controller in my opinion, although the Pro Controller works just fine and it works better than the Wii U Gamepad. But the GameCube controller for me. But I know some people like the Pro Controller, but what I'm trying to say really more traditional type controller, not the Wii U Gamepad. Let's say you're in a match and you're trying to quit. It's so hard to press all the buttons that you need to press to quit the match using the Wii U Gamepad. Just because it's so big, you have to press 2 shoulder buttons, then press the start and then like A or something like that. It's so hard to reach all of them in the game. And I know some people can probably do it, but it's just much easier to do it with a GameCube controller or with a Pro Controller. So once again, Smash Bros. I think this is best suited for a regular type of controller, not the Wii U Gamepad, a little big and a little bulky for this type of fighting game. So this isn't really a video to crap all over the gamepad. I love the gamepad usage in certain games, like even like the Wonderful 101 was good. It was not horrible. I think that once I played it again with the Pro Controller, I just realized that I kind of like the Pro Controller feel for that game. And the Wind Waker HD, absolute must. I think the gamepad is brilliant usage. I think the gamepad in Xenoblade is brilliant usage, although when you're grinding, you might want to switch to the Pro Controller, which you can switch seamlessly between the two. I mean, you can use them you can pick either one, it doesn't matter. At the same time, I think the expansive, like big open world games, I think really use the Wii U Gamepad well, but there's just such a lack of the big RPGs on the Wii U. There's really no major RPGs outside of Xenoblade Chronicles X, which isn't even out here in North America. We have Monster Hunter, which is not really that real RPG though, so it's tough. I mean, we have Mass Effect too, but that's more of an American third-person shooter RPG, so it's just really tough with the gamepad. I think Nintendo designed a controller, a cool controller, but said, we're gonna make games that really just suit more of the GameCube or the Wii in general, as far as like New Super Mario Bros. Stuff that's just you can use a traditional controller for. I'm not sure if they had the software ready or if they really thought about that ahead of time. Just because of all those games that I mentioned, all of them were great with just a normal controller. Wind Waker HD is the only game that I feel has to use the Wii U Gamepad, although you can use the Pro Controller, you can use the other controllers as far as Wind Waker HD goes. It works just fine with anything else, but in my opinion, I think the Wii U Gamepad is the best with that. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think that Nintendo kind of put out an idea that they weren't really fully ready to utilize? Do you guys love the Wii U Gamepad? Do you still feel that it's actually good in some of the games that I mentioned? I would love to hear you guys' responses below, and I'll try to respond to each one of you guys like I do in all my videos. Alright, so thank you for watching. Make sure you hit that like button if you did like this video. Let me know that you guys want more discussion videos and random stuff on gaming. And also make sure you subscribe if you're someone new. Right here on PlayerEssence, you're going to get all sorts of videos across Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.